Could be live soonish. We'll see. I can see chat today, just so everyone knows. So, for those of you who are here now, hello, welcome. Um, Will was going to be here, but he was unable to make it at the just didn't realize like time got away from him type of thing. And so we're gonna play Pokemon Stadium instead. Is what we're gonna do today. So first thing I have to do, of course, is figure out how to get Pokemon Stadium working. Um, and so in order to do that, I have to find. I played Pokemon Stadium on my Steam Deck yesterday, um, and so I have to get my save over to my computer because that's where I'm streaming from. I'm not going to stream from my uh, Steam Deck actually. So we're gonna do that real fast. I've actually been working on that in the background here, and it was just taking too long. So I am on live stream now doing this, and you can't see it because I'm not going to stream my entire screen while I do this right now. But anyway, so that's what's going on. Let's see if we can find where this ends up. So it would be in Simple 64. Would be in where is the Simple 64 save data where? All right. The Simple 64 save data apparently. Let's see. Don't. Okay. Apparently, I gotta turn down my phone volume as well. We gotta have Mupin 64 plus. That's right. It saves it in Mupin 64 plus. Because it is a fork of Mupin originally. Okay, yeah, there's save. There we go. We got it. Okay. So now I can just take this here, rename this accordingly, and paste, and we're good. Okay. So now when I boot up Simple 64 here, I should be able to pull up my Pokemon Stadium ROM here, which has a Game Boy save in it. And I should also be able to do some quick controller configuration. So I have a gamepad. So let's see how that works. Oh, I have to stop the game before editing profile. Sorry, guys. Okay, 1 second. We're going to stop our game. Stop emulation. Okay. Settings, controller configuration, and we're going to make a new profile. And this profile's name is N64 controller, because that's one of the cool things here is I have an actual USB N64 controller, which is neat, you know? Like, it's nice when you have little things that make it a bit more of an authentic experience, you know? I don't know. So I don't know. Has anyone seen? I mean, like, I don't know how old you people are, but I had an N64 as a kid, and it was the controllers for the N64 are not great. Like, if we're being fully honest, they're kind of bad. But I mean, it was a foray into what the controller of tomorrow might look like. Just didn't end up panning out. Really didn't work out the way they wanted it to. But I mean, as long as you're playing the N64 games, might as well use what they actually had, right? I think that makes sense. And I'm gonna have to close and reopen this again to see if it will work. But yeah, so anyway, I don't know. I just think that's kind of fun. Okay, there we go. Got it. It's working now. So I can hit every single one of these buttons here. Left, right, And then do my D-pad stuff. Do my control stick stuff. And then do the C buttons, which is also an interesting thing. It didn't have a C stick, like a right stick. It had buttons, which was a fascinating idea for a controller, in my opinion. And so that's why, even going back to something as simple as like the original Animal Crossing, that's why in the original Animal Crossing, when you wanted to change the view, you use the C stick on the GameCube to do that, right? You know, but it didn't like just pan. It was like you had gradations, like you had specific slots that it would click into as if you were pressing buttons, and that's because Animal Crossing was originally an N64 game. So there you go. Okay. Awesome. And then yeah, we have a transfer pack in. Okay. So now we should be able to open this Pokemon Stadium room up, and it should start showing up soon. Yeah, no worries. I kind of just started. Just kind of did it. Don't worry, we're not even hacking today. We're just playing Pokemon Stadium. So it's nothing too exciting here. It's just what's going on. We're doing that today. There we go. Pokemon Stadium on the screen. Let's turn the volume down a little bit so you can hear me still. Okay. I think I'm about the same. I mean, I'm a little bit louder than it now, so that's probably ideal. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let me know if there's volume problems and you can't hear me over Pokemon Stadium. There we go. We've got Jonko in there. That's my trainer ID and everything. All right. So what we're doing today is we're doing the Gym Leader Castle, because my goal here is I have to get one of the prize Pokemon. I have specifically 2 of the 8 possible prize Pokemon are of interest to me. I want an Eevee or a Hitmonchan. Last night, I did the entire Gym Leader Castle. You know, I'm going to test something out. Can I just beat the rival over and over again? Like, do I have to do the entire thing, or can I just beat the rival over and over again? Like, do I have to? I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see if I have to beat the entire thing, or if I can just beat the rival and get the prize Pokemon. So, yeah, here's all of my Pokemon that we have. So we're doing Mewtwo and Gyarados, of course. And then we're doing these guys here. We don't do Alakazam. Alakazam is for the OU tournament that we're doing, not for the actual... or, sorry, not for the OU tournament. It's for the Anything Goes tournament that we're doing. Okay, so we've got Lorelei. She's mostly ice types. So we're going to send in Zapdos first, followed by Gyarados, and then Mewtwo is backup. Okay, here we go. Now, one thing to note about this game is that the AI, like I hate that AI is so overloaded now. You know, like, it would be really cool if they had a Soul, like, Battle Stadium type title, right? But the thing is that, like, the modern Pokemon games, like, there isn't, or I guess, basically, like, I don't think that a game like this will ever happen again, and the reason is that, modern Pokemon, like, there is no console handheld split anymore now that the Switch exists, basically, right? Like, modern Pokemon games run on both console and handheld because they run on the Switch. That's both of those things. And they look, so, like, there's no graphical difference to experience. Also, wow, okay, it's a legendary bird face-off. Here we go. Let's try Thunder. Fuck it. We're going for it.
The trainer hasn't issued an order.
Oh, sweet. We go first. Okay, speed bonus. Now, don't miss is the only thing. Oh, we're fucked. Okay. This is a good battle. Oh, it used Toxic. Okay, it's stupid. Oh, it missed me, too. Okay, cool. Well, we got another shot for Thunder. Let's do it. Now, Thunderbolt is the more typical move to teach Zapdos in the, like, OU sets, but I don't have time to go through and get another TM. So, okay, wow, it just really wants to Toxic me up. Alright, let's... Oh my god, twice in a row. Now we can use Son of the Thunder Shock, because we have its HP down a lot, and we can use that move that's more accurate. So there we go, got it. Okay, nice, it's out. Level difference is part of why that probably didn't knock it out initially. Like, I did get all my Pokemon to the same level as Mewtwo, which is level 81. So, you know, what it is. But we should be able to take care of most of these guys just fine with that level difference.
There's the attack.
Uh,
No, this Pokemon looks wrong.
but yeah, no. So anyway, what I was saying was like I feel like what they should, you know, what they think they're doing at least is like focusing on the Switch 2 Pokemon game, just having a stadium mode in it, right? You know, like just having Pokemon Stadium built into whatever the Switch 2
The
Pokemon
remaining
games are.
Pokemon count
That's
is
kind of what I think is
3
going
to
to
1.
happen.
The battle has become one-sided.
And we'll see. I don't know.
There it goes.
But yeah, I don't know. It's something of value was lost in that, I think.
Hit you, Thunder Wave. Oops, it's paralyzed. Neither one is conceding an inch.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Like, you know, so okay. So the question is,
What's next?
if the Pokemon series was born on home consoles rather than on portable consoles, do you think that they would still release multiple versions despite cartridges being expensive? So here's my take on that. I've never actually heard this before. This is an interesting thought
What will
experiment.
it do?
I think Pokemon is kind of like necessarily bound to the concept of a portable console. And the reason for that goes beyond just like the branding of it, the pocket monster, right? Okay, yeah, nice, I won. We've defeated Lorelei with one Pokemon, soloed with Zapdos. Excellent. It goes beyond just the branding aspect of it, which is the pocket, you know, pocket monsters, of course. But also like necessarily there's a certain level of you have to be able to bring this game to your friend's house to trade Pokemon, right? Like there is no like I don't know. Basically what I'm trying to say is like that fundamentally the kind of game you build without Pokemon okay, wait, sorry. 1 second. Okay. I want probably Gyarados and Mewtwo for this. Yeah, okay. Anyway, my point is the game you build without having trading, without having, you know, the ability to definitely like print cheap cartridges, you know, like that have multiple versions on them and everything. But I think the big thing is just the multiplayer aspect of it, you know, right? Like being able to have separate saves that you can, each person can take around and then go to a place and trade and plug in their game cartridge to whatever, you know, all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's like a necessary aspect of the Pokemon series' success. And without that, I'm gonna get fucked by Hitmonchan here, aren't I? Yeah, he's about to one-shot me, I think. Yeah, that's... Oh, hey, nice. Okay, Ice Punch is just very weak. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of my take, I guess. It's like... so I don't think they would have made multiple versions, but I don't think they would have been successful at all.
This is a wild one from the word go.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing. And so, like, yeah, no, you could absolutely... There's definitely a way to, like, link multiple GameCubes for sure, right? You know, like, that's definitely a thing. So, like, had it been born then or whatever, sure. But the issue is, like, that you don't pick up... Generally speaking, you don't pick up your GameCube and bring it to your friend's house just on a whim, right? Like, that's like, you have to unplug it from the TV and, like, bring all the cables and all this stuff. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, you can just bring a Switch or a Game Boy or a DS or whatever to a friend's house, and it's not a big deal at all. Okay, let's see. He's gonna be faster than... Oh, I'm faster than him. Hell yes. Why am I faster than him? Is he just really bad? Or am I just really speedy right on? Like, I don't know. Oh my god, what a... Okay, interesting. I don't know what's going on here with these move choices on the computer's part. I'm gonna just solo this guy as well, I think. This is easy. Yeah, it is. So yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, like, I think that, like, the big multiplayer aspect of Pokemon is, like, huge to it. Like, it's why Pokemon Go has been so successful, right? You know, like, it's just, like, the idea that you can take it anywhere and easily... Okay. What is with his move choices? These are not effective against me. I don't understand what's going on. whatever. We're gonna destroy him. We're soloing the Elite Four today.
There's the attack. Whoa, that's tough.
That's our goal. Yeah,
Wow,
we got Golem
take
too.
it down with one hit.
But yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm getting at, I guess, is like I think that you know, in order for Pokemon to go viral, in order for Pokemon to have the kind of sensation that it has, it needs that multiplayer aspect. And I'm finding that by, like, I've gone back as a kid, I was playing these old games, but I didn't have a way to, like, trade Pokemon and stuff in them. I mean, I did with the GBA games, to be clear, but not, like, the Gen 1, Gen 2 games, because I didn't have a Game Boy with a Game Boy Link cable. Now, I found out since then, as in yesterday, I found out that there's actually a way to trade Pokemon in this particular game. In Pokemon Stadium, you can trade Pokemon, cross-transfer packs, but I didn't know that as a kid, so, you know. Oh, yeah. The infrared interface used it, it was actually used... Okay, so here's something interesting real quick. We're gonna press pause on our emulation real fast. Because we have to talk about something very interesting. Because that idea that the infrared port is unused is actually kind of a persistent myth, which is interesting. So there was a guy who did... his name is Shonumi, I believe. And we're gonna switch to this screen real quick. Yeah. So this is his work that he did. He has a whole blog post on like his infrared stuff that he does. Now he has a post that he made. Let's see, articles maybe. And yeah, he did like Gluco Boy and all this stuff. He has a post that he made, though, about infrared, specifically. Yeah, how many Game Boy Color games supported infrared? And he lists quite a few games here. Yeah, it's actually very, very interesting. So there's a lot of games that actually made use of it. There was at least 90 unique games that were programmed to use infrared. That's a much, much larger number than almost anything you'll find online about the subject. Almost certainly no one remembers there being so many. Extraordinary words require extraordinary proof, so here's his list. The issue is, of course, that most of these games were not very popular or were region exclusive or things like that. But there were actually like quite a few games that used it, including, of course, Pokemon Trading Card Game, but also like all of the Gen 2 Pokemon games, Pokemon Pinball, and Pokemon Card Game GB2 for that matter. Yes, of course, here comes Team GR. But like, yeah, like, no, there was a lot of interesting little weird games that used this feature. Donkey Kong Country for the Game Boy Color used it. I didn't know that. But yeah, so anyway, that's just a fun little fact that I know about the infrared port. I will say the other thing is that the 3DS also has an infrared port on it, which is actually really interesting because when they did this remake of trading card game, Pokemon Trading Card Game, which is this one right here, yes, Pokemon TCG. When they did the remake of that, the only place, like the only emulator to properly emulate IR support for this particular game is the 3DS Virtual Console, and they use the actual IR port on the 3DS, which is fascinating to me. And we know this because he has actually gotten quite a lot done in terms of emulating infrared. But you'll see in one of these posts here, he talks about trading card game somewhere. Here, let's see if we can find it. Trading card. Yeah. Yeah, TCG. Yep. I think he had trouble getting TCG working, basically. I don't remember the specifics. But anyway, fascinating stuff. That's just like a really interesting thing. Oh yeah, Sakura Wars spinoff. Does he have that one on the list? Let's see. Yeah, Sakura Tyson GB probably that one. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, no, there's a whole bunch of them that use connected to like a Tamagotchi style toy. Yeah, that's actually what like the Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal do as well. They connect to this Pokemon Pikachu. That's not gonna come up. Oh, it is. It came up immediately with what I wanted. Yeah, this thing. It was supposed to connect to this guy, this Pokemon Pikachu 2, specifically the Gold, Silver, Crystal one. Yeah, the GS, the Pokemon Crystal 2 GS. This GS here, connected to this, which is fascinating. And yeah, it just was a thing that existed, and we don't really think about much anymore. But very, very interesting. Okay, back to Pokemon Stadium and destroying these guys. Okay. I'm gonna assume that my game capture will show up eventually when I hit resume on this, so I'm just gonna like keep playing. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, cool. Alright, we've got our girl Agatha here, and she has apparently a lot of poison types now, but mostly like her ghost. And yeah, no, it's mostly poison. I don't know what's up with that. Alright, well, we're gonna solo her with Mewtwo. Okay, and then who's our good backups here? Rhydon probably, and I will bring Gyarados just in case, because he's got ice.
Next up, Agatha, another daunting foe. What strategy will work?
Yeah, I don't know about the Pokemon Pikachu. It hasn't been emulated or simulated for that matter. No one has bothered to do that. It doesn't have a chip in it. It's a not something. It's not like a ROM you can dump. You'd have to decap it, which is like a whole thing into itself. And like there's like people with very specific abilities that can do that kind of thing, and I'm not in that skill set. So very interesting how that kind of stuff works. But all right, got his ass.
This is a wild one from the word go.
Let's see what we're gonna do here.
Oh, it's Haunter.
Haunter, very nice. We got this guy. We're gonna take this guy down from the word go as well. But yeah, so anyway, the Pokemon Mini is, or Pokemon Pikachu 1 and the 2 GS as well. Those two things are both very, very interesting little devices. But they're like, I want everything to be emulated, right? Like, I want them to be decapped and to, like, be understood and all that stuff. But, like, they're probably better targets for a very dedicated fan to simulate than for them to be emulated. Like, you can record every single IR blast that thing makes, and then just make something that makes the right shapes that Pikachu's face makes and all that kind of stuff, and, like, responds to steps and all that stuff correctly. Also outside of my skill set. But it's probably a better target for simulation, since that's like something that's more within people's skill sets typically than decapping is. So that's like a more likely source for it. And we have made it so that the or not we, but that guy I just showed you, showing me, figured out how the how the Pokemon 2 GS communicates, Pokemon Pikachu 2 GS communicates with the Game Boy Color. So he has a pretty good understanding. He wrote stuff to basically make it so that that interaction can be emulated or simulated, however you want to put it, which is interesting. Oh yeah, no, Pokemon Mini is super fascinating. I have messed around with it a little bit, but mostly to use it as. Oh, it's the Dreamcast DMU. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Yeah, I don't know much about the Dreamcast DMU, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. I think that I agree. I do find this kind of stuff very, very fascinating, personally. And I have no idea how I'm going to solo this guy, but we're going to do our best. Lance is going to get soloed by us here. That's what's happening today. Hopefully he doesn't send out Kangaskhan. Oh, perfect, it's Lapras. He's gonna retreat, he's gonna, like, take Lapras back because I sent out Zapdos, but we're still gonna Thunder. Because I don't know who he's gonna send out instead. Oh, he's not gonna take Lapras back. He's gonna just accept that I'm going to solo him. Oh, never mind, I'm not gonna solo him. He's gonna ice me. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm out. That's... Oh, no, it's not a one-shot. Hell yes, and I'm faster, so I got another shot. Okay, cool. Okay, don't miss this one, Zapdos. Oh, that's so bad for me. Okay, well, we're gonna send out Gyarados next, after... Why did Lapras surf me? I mean, I guess that was enough. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna send out Gyarados next, and Gyarados has Thunderbolt, so he can take care of Lapras for sure. Sorry, Gyarados.
2 Pokemon against 3 now. This battle is still up in the air.
I think it would be fun to try to mess around with the VMU and make something Haruhi in it. I don't know. Like I said, I've never touched the Dreamcast. Really, is the only thing. I've never really dealt with any Sega consoles, so it would be brand new territory for me. Oh, she also knows Thunderbolt. Great, that's gonna knock me out. Oh, never mind. We're good. Okay. Yeah, looks like a bad Pokemon choice. Thanks. I'm so fucked in this game. I'm gonna lose. I have to start over, I think. Unless, like, I can, like... Yeah, see, like, Lapras is gonna Thunderbolt me again, and that's gonna wreck me. And then... See, they actually have, like, they like, program these guys with, like, knowledge of metagames. And, like, they're actually, like, good. Yeah, I know there's a difference in the numbers of reserve Pokemon. I get it. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, so we're gonna do our best to solo these guys with Mewtwo, which means we have to, like, actually set up and, like, try. Hello! How's it going? I am just playing Pokemon Stadium today, because Will wasn't able to make it. Okay, yeah, Blizzard me, sure. If this freezes me, I am so fucked. Okay, we're good. It didn't freeze me. Okay, so we amnesia'd once, we're gonna amnesia twice. And that should be enough to solo the rest of his Pokemon with Mewtwo. Hopefully. Oh, no, that's really bad for me. We don't, like, confuse Ray. That's okay. At least the good news is that confusion, like, when you attack yourself, that's based on your attack, not your special. So if I am confused and I attack myself in confusion, it will be, yeah, it uses attack values, so...
What now?
So no, GBA ROMs are just, they don't have an internal file system that's consistent, at least. So I guess one misconception, maybe slightly, is that, like, ROMs prior to, Jesus Christ, man, get you together. ROMs prior to, like, the DS era and stuff like that, they don't have files on them, you know, they don't have file systems. They do usually have file systems. They're not just like... I've said before in a talk, they're just like a blob of binary. That's not entirely true. Like, they have... Oh my god, dude, get it together. That's 3 in a row. This is so bad, man. I'm gonna have to use Recover on this guy, because he's, like, fucking up so bad. Okay. So, we're recovering... real fast. Okay, we're no longer confused, at least. That's good. So we recovered to regain our health. That's great. Anyway, what I was gonna say was, people, like, often think, like, or, like, I even have said, you know, like, oh, it's just a blob of binary, but that's not really true. What's true is that N64, GBA, those ROMs, they don't have a consistent file system. Like, as in to say, there isn't, like, an SDK file system that says this is how you lay out files in all of our ROMs, and this is what the, like, BIOS will expect, or whatever, right? You know, like, they don't have that. So, basically what I'm getting at is, like, you can find file tables in these ROMs, but they aren't... they're going to be, like, hard-coded, like, locations as to where those file tables are. And you then have to find the file table, figure it out, all that kind of stuff. You can't just use, like, a Nitro Packer or another tool like that that has knowledge of how that stuff works in order to make this work. So it's a different way of approaching ROM hacking. It's a different way of thinking about game files. But anyway, to answer your question, you can't just, there's no GBA ROM unpacker, right? Like, you have to go through it and, like, look for the files and tables and stuff yourself. Because it's going to vary game to game directly. That's even more true the further you go back, especially when you get to things where there's, like, mappers and all this weird shit that I don't have any real understanding or knowledge of, because I've never worked on NES or SNES ROM hacking. Yeah, okay, cool. We soloed him with Mewtwo, but we lost 2 Pokemon, so we didn't really solo him, did we? Mewtwo's just very strong. That's why we put Mewtwo in. Always as the backup. Excellent. I did not know that they recycled this game's Pokemon models for the Pokefloat stage in Super Smash Bros. Melee. That's kind of amazing. I did not know that at all. Alright, we're gonna take out the rival here. This is our next plan. And the goal here, just for those of you joining now, is that we're trying to beat the rival to get the prize Pokemon over and over again. We want the prize Pokemon, specifically, is our goal. And I got an Ammonite last night. That's not what I wanted. Okay. So, looks like we can probably do a lot of damage with Zapdos. We can probably do a lot of damage with Gyarados. We can probably do a lot of damage with Mewtwo. So we're going to do the same set we did last time and just try it out.
This is truly it. The final battle against the rival.
Against the rival.
The final act in a long and arduous quest in the Gym Leader Castle.
So true, King. It is. Oh boy. That's probably fine. It's not gonna knock me out, right?
Boom!
Yeah, no, not even close. Alright.
Savage attack. Severe hit.
I think it's kind of fun that you can't see what moves I'm picking. That's kind of fun. Like, this is gonna be as surprising for you as it is for the rest of the audience. Like the fake audience of this.
What's next?
Yeah, the models are really well done in this game. I really like Pokemon Stadium.
Drill Peck. A savage hit. Neither one is exceeding an inch.
But yeah, I completely believe that they look weird in the context of a GameCube game. They would absolutely look very strange, which is funny. But I mean, I guess it kind of works for balloons, I guess? I don't know. Oh, hello, Marissa. How's it going? Jolly stream. I don't know what that accent was. Ignore that. Pretend I didn't do that. That's cringe. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna bring out Gyarados now because we just got destroyed.
Oh, it's Gyarados. It has to make up for lost ground.
Yeah. We'll just body slam this fucker. It's fine. Yeah, man, Alakazam is so fast. It's annoying. Don't worry, we'll get his ass. He has 7 HP left. There's not much he can do.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Oh, it's down. What will the next Pokemon be?
An official Italian release of Pokemon Stadium. Oh, they chose the battle narrator that was bad, though? That's amazing. I don't know. I would be interested in playing an Italian release of this game. I don't know. Sounds interesting. Oh, I froze the guy. Let's go.
It's frozen rock solid. There's no fighting back while you're frozen.
What do I think of the first reaction of a first trainer, or the reaction of the first trainer took care of a Magikarp and then suddenly Gyarados existed? I just missed a frozen guy. A guy who's frozen solid. How does that happen? Gyarados. Get it together. Well, Gyarados is based on... I don't know Italian. I just enjoy Italian things sometimes. I can enjoy taking part in that. But no, I don't know any Italian. The only other language I know is some not very good Japanese. That's about all I know. Sorry. I wish I knew Italian better, but that's where we're at, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't look wrong. It's fine. Ice Beam on me? Is that going to be super effective? I don't think so, right? Oh, it's a critical hit, though.
What a furious battle!
Yeah, send me some video with the Italian quotes. I'm down to look at it. I don't know if I'll look at it right now, but I will absolutely want to see that. I love looking at little translations of things and seeing how people do stuff, especially when you tell me the narrator is bad. I gotta take a look at it.
How's that?
Um,
Wow, that's an effect.
anyway, to answer the question about the Magikarp and the Gyarados, Magikarp and Gyarados is based on a, like, Japanese, like, legend, isn't it? Like, of, like, a koi that becomes a dragon or something like that? Like, isn't that kind of, what the...
No condition to fight.
Yeah, it's in no condition to fight. You're
The
so
remaining
right, man.
Pokemon
He
stock
is
is
frozen
2-1.
solid.
The tense battle continues.
So, I don't know. I think,
Effective.
yeah, I don't know. I would be interested in seeing,
Rock salt. Neither one is conceding an inch.
like, I don't know. I've not read a lot of Japanese, like, literature or lore or mythology or anything like that. But I just know that that story exists. And so I would say that, like, you know, however the guy reacted in that story, that's probably how, the first person who raised a Magikarp into a Gyarados reacted as well. That's my take. In case you were wondering. All right, let's see what prize I got. If I got a prize at all. I don't know if I did. But let's see if I got a prize. What is it? Final battle clear. Do I get a prize? Gym leader castle clear. Give me a prize. Oh my god, they're gonna do the whole, like, here's all the Pokemon that cleared this thing before they tell me, like, if I got a prize or not. Just tell me if I got a prize. Okay, good. I'm glad that South Korea is lifting martial law. Pokemon present? I do get one. What is it? What's my Pokemon present? Tell me about it, what it is. Ah, it's Ammonite again? I don't need another Ammonite. Yes. So Simple 64 can emulate the transfer pack just fine. So we actually have... would you like to release Ammonite and... Yeah, I would love to release Ammonite and receive Ammonite. Released Ammonite and got Ammonite. Okay, cool. Yes, you can emulate this with a transfer pack. Don't worry about it. No need to apologize. But basically, like, yeah, we have my Game Boy game that I was playing last time. We have my Game Boy ROM in. Here's Jonko. That's my trainer ID and all that. Oh, I was entrusted with this Pokemon for you. It's in this Pokeball. Take good care of it. Take the ball and tell me where you want to put it. Okay. We're gonna put it in GB box. Yeah, why not 3? That has room for it. Fuck it. Yeah, throw it in there at the bottom. So yeah, you can fully emulate on Simple 64. You can fully emulate the transfer pack and all that stuff, and it does save the ROM and all that kind of stuff. It's like the Game Boy save rather, and all that kind of stuff. Works perfectly. So yeah, if we went back into Pokemon, we went back into like Same Boy or RetroArch Same Boy or whatever, and we like booted up Pokemon Blue, you'd be able to see that it has all of that new Ammonite I just saved there and all that kind of stuff. So very, very nice. Is that an L? You're gonna have to clarify what you mean by that. I don't know. Is it an L? Great question. I don't know what that means. You saw a Gyarados once. Trust you. Well, you know, I mean, you can teleport, so I believe you. It was very big. Was it in Pokemon Go? Okay. We're doing this again. So we don't have to do the whole gym leader thing. We just have to beat the Elite Four and the rival over and over again. So that's good. Ah, L for lost. No, I won. It was an L for him. Oh, it's an L in terms of the Pokemon I wanted? Yes, it's an L. I won, but it's an L because I got an Omanyte, for sure, yes. So, that's unfortunate. Yeah, but that's okay. We're gonna try again. We're looking for... The Pokemon we're looking for is an Eevee, because I need a Flareon and a Vaporeon. So we need 2 Eevees, and we need a Hitmonchan. That's the 2 Pokemon that we want. And there's 8 possible Pokemon you can get from winning this. So it's like, okay, hey, you know who already named it Gyarados? Ermi beat you to that one. That's actually the name of his Gyarados. If I remember correctly, Pokemon Stadium 2 allows you to play your own Gen 1 and 2 cartridges on the N64. Yes, it does, but the emulators cannot do that. The emulators, as far as I know, still cannot play the GB Tower, which is the mode in Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 that lets you play those games. It does not let you do that. You know, I don't know. It seems like that there's some, like, I don't actually know why they're not able to do it. You know, you'd think they would be able to, but, like, yeah, there's some weird thing that's not emulated properly. Oh, he named it Gyarados because you told him to do it? Incredible. I'll choose to believe you, Pico, even though you're a known liar and disc thief. I'll choose to believe you on that one. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I can solo Zapdos again, it's fine. Yeah, let's do this.
The challenger now faces the Elite Four. First
Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, we're gonna solo this woman here. Lorelei does not stand a chance. You know, I think that in the remakes of this, Fire Red, Leaf Green, I feel like they gave the Elite Four a lot more personality, and I like that a lot. Like, the Elite Four in this one, they have, like, you know, 5 lines each, maybe. The before and after battle lines. And that's all you see of them. And then in the Fire Red and Leaf Green, like, you go to the Sevi Isles, you see all their homes and all this stuff, and talk to them, find out about their philosophies and stuff. It's, like, really interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it would be really interesting to if we could play the Pokemon games, like, in an N64 emulator. It's sort of like you can do, like, the Dolphin can play the N64 Virtual Console releases for the Wii and stuff like that. You know, like, they always say, like, I use Simple 64 for playing Pokemon Snap, but before Simple 64 was able to actually run it properly, everyone recommended that you run Pokemon Snap in the Wii Virtual Console run, or version of it, in Dolphin, because it ran better, which is fascinating. I think at least very interesting. It is possible to do some interesting things. We can Thunder Shock her now. Like, I know you can do... I mean, like, one thing that I was looking at the other day was, like, oh, can I, like, in Lime 3DS, can I play, like, the 3DS Virtual Console releases? And the reason I was looking into that was because I was, like, trying to figure out how the Poke Transporter works nowadays. And the answer is that Poke Transporter and Pokemon Bank still just work. Like, even though the network, like, the 3DS network and everything was shut down, Pokemon Bank was not shut down, apparently. It still just works. So you can still transfer all of your VC Pokemon to Pokemon, you know, Scarlet and Violet eventually if you go bank to home. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, eventually, like, obviously they're going to have to figure out a way to... I don't know. It will be interesting to see what happens when eventually Pokemon Bank does get shut down, what they do. I think it would be very sad, because right now... we have this, like, incredible moment where, because Pokemon Bank is active, because Pokemon Home is active, and because of the VC releases for Gens 1 and 2 on 3DS, you can take Pokemon from every single generation of Pokemon and put them into Scarlet and Violet. And I think that's amazing, personally. Like, you can take your Gen 1 Pokemon, if you have them on cartridge even, you can take them off the cartridge with a save, you know, cartridge dumper and put it on, what am I doing? Sorry, one second. And put it on, you can take it off the cartridge dumper and then put it onto your 3DS with, you know, hack 3DS type thing, and, like, you know, just throw it on the Virtual Console there, and then transfer all those Pokemon up to Pokemon Bank with Poke Transporter. You know, you can do the same thing for Gen 2. Gen 3, you get Pal Park. You move everything from Pal Park into the Gen 4 games, and then you trade from the Gen 4 games to the Gen 5 games. Use Poke Transporter from Gen 5 to get them into Pokemon Bank. And then you transfer all of your Gen 6 and Gen 7 and all those other Pokemon in Pokemon Bank, and you can move them all to Pokemon Home. And then now in Pokemon Home, you can get them into Gen 8 and Gen 9. And so, like, I think that's really fucking cool. And I am, you know, I don't know. I think it will be like a sad day when that's no longer the case. Is all I'm saying. And so I'm trying to make sure that we live it up in the moment here, and make sure everything.
Down on the word go.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Yeah, well, you know, I talk for a little while. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I think that's a really interesting time to, or you know, really interesting kind of thing to be able to experience. I wasn't able to get that as a kid. You know, where I could like, I was a Gen 3 kid, and so I could not transfer Pokemon that I played in the old games into Gen 3. Like Gen 3 was my first one. I could transfer my Gen 3 ones forward. I never did. Because I was a loser, I guess, who stopped playing Pokemon after Gen 4, basically. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting stuff.
Right, that's sir. The bear hit. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting for sure.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon.
Yeah, we're gonna solo these guys. Like, we're just
It's
rocking them. All right, let's do this. Golem is getting messed
Pokemon
up
count is 3-1.
by my surf
The
attack.
battle has become one-sided. How's that? Perfect game.
All right. Any other questions from chat? I'm happy to talk about whatever. I'm just chilling here today. This is a very chill stream. I haven't eaten yet. I need to eat. Is one thing I need to do. I was gonna eat, and like I told Will, I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat, and then I'll get on the stream. And then Will was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to stream today. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta prepare something else then, because I scheduled the stream for 15 minutes from now. And so I spent like 20 minutes preparing the stream, and then finally got online. But yeah, that was a moment for me for sure. You know, let's see if we can solo with Rhydon, actually. I don't know. It would be interesting if we could, right? That would be fun. I think so. Let's try soloing with Rhydon.
Next up, Agatha, another daunting foe.
Okay, what's your stance on texture packs for retro gaming emulators with the NC support PS2 and GameCube? I feel like they bring new lives to games, especially ones that already looked great back then. I have no problem with texture packs. I personally don't really use them. That's mostly because I'm lazy. But I think it's great. Like HD texture packs and stuff for wow, that was not good for me. HD texture packs and stuff for, like, you know, Dolphin and other emulators like that. I think that's fantastic. I think it's really cool. Anytime people make something really interesting and you know, do something different with a game, I think is really cool. I don't know. I like. Damn, this sucks. If I had to recommend one, what would I choose and why? This is a little hard in terms of recommending Pokemon games, is what it is. I think that... So here's what I would say. My favorite Pokemon title is the Gen 6 title, Omega Ruby. Now, Omega Ruby is a remake of the very first Pokemon game I ever played, Pokemon Ruby. So... I don't totally know that, like, you'll have the same experience I had, where when I booted up the game, I, like, started tearing up. Because, like, of how much of a victory lap it was for the series as a whole, compared to what it was when I was playing it as a kid, right? Like, it was specifically playing off of your expectations of what I had as a kid, and, like, kind of responding to that. And it did it in a really moving way for me personally, at least, and so I really responded to it. So I think Omega Ruby is objectively a good game. Like, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are just objectively good games. I think they're extremely fun. I think they're really well designed. I think the character work in them is really good. Like, they play well, and it's good RPG stories and stuff, you know? So I would personally say that if you try out Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire and you don't like it, I don't know that the series is for you. You know, right? You know what I mean? That's what I would say, at least, in terms of that. Maybe it's a good idea to try it out that way and just see if you like it. You know, like that kind of thing. That being said, we're playing them all in order, and Millie's having a grand old time. Millie's kind of similar to you. She never played a ton of these games as a kid, and she's been having a grand old time with Pokemon Green. Even though, you know, like, it's very old and, like, it doesn't have a lot of the modern quality of life stuff. So I don't know. Maybe what you should do is start at the beginning, honestly, and try that out. See if you enjoy it. I don't know. But I would definitely say, like, any of the, like, Gen 6, Gen 7 titles, like, those ones should be really good. And particularly, like I said, I'm just a big fan of Omega Ruby in particular. Now, some people might ask why. The answer is Courtney. Of course it's Courtney. Why would it not be Courtney? No, also the game is really good, just generally. The only right answer is Pokemon Snap. Well, I beat Pokemon Snap the other day. It's very good. I like Pokemon Snap. It's a fun game. It's not a traditional Pokemon game, so I don't know what to tell you. If you like Pokemon Snap, play Pokemon Snap. It's a good game. One of my favorite PS2 games is Gran Turismo 4. It nearly reaches PS3 levels of graphics thanks to its HD texture packs. Sure, it still has relatively low poly models, but the cars have aged well. I believe that. Yeah, like I said, I think, like, there's, like, a really good video by Jacob Geller when he goes into, like, the Resident Evil 4 HD remaster, like, unofficial HD remaster. And he talks about, like, how this guy, like, looks up, like, source images, like he finds the original basis for the textures in the game and does all this source, like this sort of, like, almost archaeology to, like, recreate this experience of Resident Evil 4 in on a more modern PC. And I think it's, like, incredible. I think that's so amazing. I think that's, like, you know, art is what that is. Like, it's a love of art, and it's an appreciation of art that is hard to find, and, like, is difficult to see in other genres. Like, the only other, he actually draws this same comparison now that I'm thinking about it, but, like, the only other comparison I can make is, like, I'm glad we both missed, that was good, is art restoration. Like, you know, going to a church and restoring a fresco, you know, like that kind of thing. Like, that's the only other kind of thing I can think of, is, like, doing that kind of archaeology to figure out what were they intended, what was the intended appearance of this piece, and trying to reconstruct that with your HD remaster. I think that's incredible. Oh yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Not everyone does. I think it's great. I have not played a ton of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I'm going to as part of this project. But yeah, I was specifically trying to recommend mainline games. To be clear, I can show something in just a second after I win this battle. Let me double check my messages here. Oh, thank you for sending me these fun Italian things, by the way. I see my Discord now. I just checked it. Yeah, I should take a look at more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. So I'm gonna be doing that as part of this project. When we get to, like, Gen 3 and stuff, I'm gonna be playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, of course. Is Kangaskhan ground type? Does anyone know? I don't think so. I think Kangaskhan's just normal type, right? Is Kangaskhan fighting type? What type is Kangaskhan?
They're staring each other down.
Yeah. I'm looking at what type Kangaskhan is. Kangaskhan is normal type. Okay, so I'm gonna Thunder it then, rather than Drill Peck it. I mean, what's it? Well, it's probably its special is low, right? Like, it's probably its main thing is.
What's the matter, trainer?
Yeah. Like, its special is low. Yeah, its special is low, and its attack and defense are fine. So yeah, we're definitely gonna not Drill Peck, we're gonna Thunder it. Have I played Etrian Odyssey? I have not played Etrian Odyssey. Ouch, I just got wrecked. Yeah, I know everyone is like mad about Scarlet and Violet. I think that's really unfortunate. I think Scarlet and Violet, I mean, I don't know. Like, I have not played them, so I have no idea. I hope that they, like, fix the bugs and stuff and they become, like, a better experience overall. I think it's really unfortunate, like, whatever is happening, like, lately with the later Pokemon games. But, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Oh, that's not good. Oh, why did they use Body Slam? I should have used, like, Surf or Blizzard or something. I should use Surf, probably. Because, remember, like, I just said that his special is low, so I should have used special attacks. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm not paying attention here. I have not played Etrian Odyssey anyway. I really should. Maybe I'll play some other games on stream sometime. I was just doing this one because I've been playing Pokemon games, like, in order as part of my project.
The intense battle continues.
Yeah, I also hate when they resort to AI upscales for that kind of stuff, just so you know. I think that it's a lot better when they actually, like, do a restoration that's, like, pretty and good. Like, God, this Kangaskhan is strong. It's just wrecking me.
There's only one Pokemon left.
Yeah, whatever. We'll just take it out with Mewtwo, as usual.
Oh, it's Mewtwo!
Mewtwo's the cleanup crew.
It's one Pokemon against two now. The tense battle continues.
So yeah.
What's the weak spot?
What was I saying? I barely even started Pokemon Scarlet before I decided to stop playing it. It's been over years since I touched Nintendo Switch in general. I just kind of lost interest in the concept. That sucks, you know? I mean, like, not sucks for you. I mean, like, I'm not saying you did a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, it sucks that, like, you know, the, like, making sort of, like, cheapish games like that, you know, like, kind of killed your interest in it, you know? I think that's just, like, unfortunate, you know? Like, that just sucks. Because, like, I don't know. I think that, like, it's good to like games and for games to be, I don't know. What am I saying? I'm just saying it's unfortunate when, you know, like,
furious battle.
When,
The attack still going on.
Yeah.
There's a little
I guess so, yeah. You can just do that.
fireworks are flying in this battle.
I don't know. I think that, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? I think that it's unfortunate when bad games like kind of ruin your experience with a console, you know? I think that just kind of sucks, and like I don't love that, you know? Like I wish that there wasn't. I wish that there was the game industry was just in a healthier place generally. I guess is what I wish. You know, like I wish that like game developer. I wish there were fewer games that got pushed out at a slower rate, paid with better paid developers and testers and unionized groups and everything. Or hey, even better, like worker-owned, you know, shops and all that stuff for making them. I don't know. I think that like. It's unfortunate that we've reached this point where, like, the industry is in such an unhealthy place that it's actively hurting, like, their own consumer base's interest in their product. Like, and they don't care because the people making the decisions are, like, you know, finance people who are trying to, like, maximize profits for the next quarter or whatever, you know? I think that fucking sucks, you know? Like, I don't like that. And so, yeah, I don't know. Like, how does that relate to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? I don't know, because I don't know how Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were made, right? You know, like, I don't know the specifics of what went on behind the scenes when that game was being made. But I just don't think it's good for games to be made in the way they are today. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, like, you know, that's the thing, is, like, we do love these properties. We do love, like, Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I think it's great. Oh, he doesn't like that he sent out Blastoise, that's for sure. He's gonna send out Magneton instead. Okay. Well, you know, that's gonna resist my Thunder pretty well.
Here's the first move.
So who do we have that I can, like, go against Magneton really well with Rhydon? That's right.
Combatants face each other.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, I don't know.
Changing Pokemon.
I feel like it would be better if Game Freak, you know, devs. I don't know what Game Freak is like to work for. That's something I should say. I don't really know what Game Freak is like to work for.
Thunder Wave.
So I don't know if, you know, they're a bad company or
Pokemon swap change
whatever else. You know, like I don't really know. I can't really speak. Like I don't know what the crunch is like in Game Freak. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. You know, like I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's executive.
Man, we are just gonna be trading Pokemon around. Let me tell you, because I am also absolutely not going to be keeping my Rhydon out here against a guy that is a grass type. So I'm gonna send out my Zapdos again, I think.
The commands are issued.
Uh,
Oh, there's going to be a change of
so I don't know, like, is Game Freak in a position where they are, like, the devs are being, like, crunched constantly, and that's why the games are bad quality and all this stuff? Like, I don't know. Because, like, Nintendo generally, like, for all of Nintendo's many flaws, which there are many, you know, like, I am not a big Nintendo stan over here telling you, like, don't emulate your games. I'm fucking emulating this game right now, or whatever, you know, like, I don't give a shit. Like, for all of Nintendo's many, many flaws, one of the things that I can say for the company is that they seem to know how to make games still. They seem to know how to treat their workers still. You know, like, there's something to be said for how they operate in that space, at least. You know, like, they don't, as far as I can tell, at least, I have not seen stories of them crunching their devs. I have not seen stories of them doing any of that kind of stuff. And so, like, you know, I can't really speak to what, like, their subsidiaries or like, other companies they work with do. So I don't really know what, like I said, what Pokemon is like, what Pokemon company, what Game Freak is like to work for. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's an interesting question, to say the least. Okay, well, we're just gonna be rolling in it today. We're gonna be just like popping around, sending different people in and out. This is still gonna do a lot of damage to him, probably. Okay, not a ton. Wow. I'm weak. We're gonna send Zapdos out, of course. We're not even sending Mewtwo out yet. He's gonna, like, get all of his Pokemon wrecked by me. In various capacities. Yeah, Hydro Hunt me if you will. That's gonna almost knock me out, yeah, okay.
Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle?
Okay, is he gonna retreat? No, he's not. He's gonna let me Thunder Shock him. They didn't knock him out, though. Oh, that's because he had Ice Beam. He thought he could take me out with Ice Beam. Yeah, he can. That's fine. I don't mind. So I don't know. I mean, like, I think that, like,
what will the next Pokemon be?
I think that, like, if there's a hope for a franchise, if there's hope for any franchise, it's probably, like, a Nintendo-owned one, right? You know, like, I think that, like, the next Animal Crossing is gonna be fantastic, right? You know, like, I know that. It will be, like, obviously. Because, like I said, Nintendo treats their devs well, it seems, and they do other kinds of stuff, you know. And, like, you know, like, I think that they're going to make, you know, the Mario Party that just came out is fantastic. It's so good. I love the new Mario Party, just for the record. I think it's really good.
There's a big difference in
I don't know, like, you know, I think that, like, they're gonna continue making a lot of really, really good games. And, you know, it just, I don't know. It kinda, I don't know. it sucks that like not every part of the company is on the same page. It seems like like we've said, you know, I don't know what Game Freak's deal is, but like it doesn't seem like it's like a great situation for the developers there. I don't know, like based on the quality of the games they're outputting, you know, like the rate at which they're doing it and all that stuff. Doesn't seem like it's a great situation. I wonder if the Freak League has anything about them. I have not looked too deep into the Freak League. But like I would be interested in like once people start going through it with translation and stuff, if there's like anything in it that like indicates the health of the dev culture there would be interesting to me to know. I don't know.
Earthquake. Smack the weak spot. And it's down.
All right. Hell yeah, I win again. This is my second win, guys. Let's fucking go. Alright. What am I gonna get this time? I don't know. Nintendo is always kind of in an odd position, I feel like, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I think that what they're doing in my space, the Zelda and Super Mario franchises have multiple great games, but IPs like Metroid are still kind of unknown, and Pokemon is just used to promote merchant cards. I don't know. I think Metroid's doing great. Well, like Metroid Dread, like did really well. I feel like I don't know. Like maybe the sales weren't that great. I don't really know. The Metroid Prime Trilogy remake looked really good. I haven't played it yet. But it looked quite good. Okay, no Ammonite. Don't be Ammonite. Oh, it's Kabuto. I don't need Kabuto either. Ah. Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. Let's go get our Kabuto. Yeah, I know. You were. Okay. Okay. Alright. Back to Gym Leader Castle. We're going at it again. Yeah, I got a freaking tick, man. That's what Kabuto is. He's actually, oh, what is he? He's supposed to be like a, like an ancient life form of some kind. Like a horseshoe crab type thing is what he's supposed to be based on, I think. I don't remember exactly, but that's the gist of it. It's interesting that you think it was way too difficult. I don't know. I feel like, so I'm gonna be real. Metroidvanias are not really my thing. So I'm not like an expert on them or anything by any means. I feel like Metroid Dread was responding to the sort of environment that Metroidvanias exist in today. So like, I think the difficulty level is a reflection of like how other Metroidvanias play. Like it's a response to like how the genre has evolved since it was invented by Metroid and Castlevania, right? You know, like I feel like that's kind of where it's at. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not like an expert on Metroidvanias, or I don't play a ton of them or anything, so I don't really know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I think that yeah, I don't know. I think Nintendo is... I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I think that it's really unfortunate that what Nintendo's doing in my personal space, which is, you know, the ROM hacking emulation scene, they've been awful to us here. And so I completely understand, like, one of the lead devs of Dolphin, I'm in the Dolphin development channel or whatever, you know, on that Discord server. And one of the lead devs of Dolphin has said that he's never going to buy another Nintendo product. Like, just never. And, like, you know, I get it. Like, I totally get why. Like, for him, it's like, they fucked with his friends. Like, you know, these are people that he knows personally. Right? You know, like, he knows, presumably, like, I don't know exactly which people it was, but I mean, he either knows like some of the Citra devs, or he knows some of the probably the Ryujinx dev is probably who it is. Actually, now that I think about it, because he didn't say specifically, but like, you know, like I get that, you know, like I understand where that's coming from, and like I think that's a reasonable response to what Nintendo has been doing. And so I don't know. Yeah, which Pokemon is coming out? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't really have anyone good against Jinx, but oh well.
Oh, it's Gyarados. The Pokemon are entirely different
let's see. How should I do this? Body Slammer, probably. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that, like... Oh, that's so bad for me. Miss. Oh, fuck, that's so bad for me. Oh, well. Nothing we can do about it now. Oh, it woke up immediately. Hell yes. Let's fucking go. Don't sleep me again immediately. Okay, whatever. That's fine. I don't care about that. I mean, I actually do, because I used a physical attack against you, so that sucks, but whatever.
Vigorous attack. There, it's a hit.
That's unfortunate. Okay, I don't know what to do. Surf, I guess.
What's next?
Yeah, I feel like Metroid is more Hollow Knight-y. Metroid Dread, rather, is more Hollow Knight-y, I feel like. So, like, I get where you're coming from, like, on like, not liking it as much if you didn't like Hollow Knight as much. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really... That's not really my scene. That's not really my kind of game anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, man. This sucks. I'm gonna be fast asleep now.
It's fast asleep. Falling asleep is going to make this a one-sided fight.
Yeah, it is gonna make it a one-sided fight, dude. Ice Punch.
What now?
That's not good. Okay, well, it's gonna take her a few hits to knock me out fully, so I'll just, like, sit here. Oh, I'm awake again. Oh, Gyarados. Fucking OP. Why is this Jinx so fast, by the way?
What'll it do?
Sleep me again? Oh, this is bullshit. We're bringing up Mewtwo. Mewtwo should be faster than Jinx, right? Like, for sure.
Fast asleep. How will this news affect the battle?
I don't know. So anyway, I just think, like I said, I think that it's unfortunate that Nintendo is alienating people like that, like the Dolphin Dev, you know. And I think that it sucks, like, on a base level what they're doing for the scene, for preservation, for creativity, for all that kind of stuff, you know. And like obviously I get like they want to protect their IP, right? You know, like, obviously that's what they're doing. Yeah, no, prepare some cheap ramen noodles, dude. All good. Like that's what's rough, I feel like. I don't know. And so yeah, I genuinely, I don't know, maybe I'll make like a video about this someday, like when I am in like my video essayist arc. But like, I don't know, I think that like Nintendo's insistence on like being this anti-emulation actually hurts them in the long run. You know, like, I don't know. Maybe that's like a silly thing to say. Maybe it doesn't hurt them. I don't know. I'm gonna send out Gyarados and like let him try to deal with this. Like wake up and then deal with this guy.
Pokemon returns to its Pokeball. It's asleep on the job.
So I don't know. Damn, that's a lot of hits.
There, it's a hit.
Hopefully that wakes me up.
How will
I don't know. So anyway, I just am like, I think it does kind of hurt them in the long run, is what I'm getting at. You know, like, I think that, like, people being interested, like, I don't know, I feel like there's, like, sort of, I get the Switch thing. I get the Switch thing. And the Switch thing I get, in part, because I think the Switch 2 is going to have very similar hardware to the Switch, and so it's going to be, like, any Switch emulator will be able to be extended to be a Switch 2 emulator without much effort. And so I feel like that's, like, why they're going after the Switch emulators right now. Oh, I'm so glad that you liked my last video. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to. I'm working on a video script. I don't like it very much right now, so I'm probably gonna rewrite and like go back to it a little bit. But I'm gonna try to get it out before the end of the month. I think I can do that because I'm not really doing anything. Before it took me a while because I was traveling a bunch and all this stuff, and I wasn't able to access my video editing software and all that. But yeah. So anyway, though, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is like. I feel like Nintendo is like when they go after emulation and game preservation in a sense, what they're doing is they're going after like a lot of the source where interest in their modern products comes from, I guess is what I'm saying, you know? Like I don't have evidence of this, and that's the other thing. That's part of why I probably will never make a video about this in particular, is like I can check Pokemon? Wow, I didn't know I could do that. That's fun. I feel like that there is a non-trivial amount of the market that comes to Nintendo games in part because they've played other, you know, they played like, I don't know, here's what I'm getting at basically, right? Is like the Switch, there is Switch piracy. Like, I'm not saying there's not Switch piracy. People do pirate games for the Switch, obviously, right? You know, and they play them on Yuzu, they play them on Ryujinx or whatever, they play them on their hacked Switch, like all that kind of stuff. Like, yes, there is Switch piracy. Full stop. Of course there is. But, that being said, the vast majority of people that I have ever met just buy their games for the Switch because it's easy with the online store and all that stuff, right? You know, like, it's easy to do that. And a lot of those people did not buy games for previous Nintendo consoles. Like, you know, like they bought like an R4 or whatever for the DS and stuff like that. You know, like, I don't know. I think that like if you crack down too hard on these kinds of things, you end up like killing wider spread interest in your product longer term. You know, like, I guess what I'm trying to get at is like typically people, the behavior of people typically is that if they can afford to pay for your product and your product is reasonable and convenient, then they do that rather than trying to figure out how to like run a Switch emulator. You know what I mean? Like, rather than trying to figure out how to do all of the other stuff, they do it that way. And like the people that run Switch emulators are not people that are going to be consuming your product like if you get rid of the Switch emulator and you get rid of the Switch piracy and all that stuff, there are people that aren't going to be buying your games anyway, is my opinion, right? You know, like, I don't have evidence for that. That's just like my vibe that I get. But I think of like, you know, the typical pirate is someone who maybe doesn't live in the United States, who doesn't live in a country that's very wealthy, like in Europe or somewhere, you know, and is mostly pirating to play on their Android phone, you know, that they have. That is what the only thing they have as far as a device they can play games on. They don't own a Switch, you know, and they're not going to. And if you let them play the games, like you let them play the pirated games, when they grow up and, you know, there's the Switch 4 or whatever that's like out, and they might have money or whatever, you know, like they might have it at that point, they're gonna probably pay for that thing and they're gonna buy it and they're gonna buy your games and all that stuff. So like, I don't know. I think that like it's short-sighted. Like, I would question, Nintendo maybe has better metrics than I do on this. I don't know, but I would question how much money Nintendo actually loses to piracy, and how much money Nintendo actually loses to the existence of emulation. You know, especially of their older games. Like, they're not losing jack shit over like Nintendo Switch Online. You know what I mean? Like, they're not losing anything. Like, is this game even on? Is Pokemon Stadium even on Nintendo Switch Online? I don't think it is. Nintendo Switch Online Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Stadium is now available. Well, there you go. It is, actually. But you cannot transfer Pokemon from Game Boy titles in this version. So, you can't even do the main thing that you can do in Pokemon Stadium in the Nintendo Switch Online version of it. So, you know, like, I don't know. Like, all I'm saying is, like, what's the point, really, then, you know? You haven't really preserved the game. I don't know. All I'm saying is, like, I feel like...
Another daunting foe.
I don't know, man. Like, it just sucks. You know? I don't know. Not fun. So, I don't know. My opinion is basically, like... Piracy is a result more of the economic conditions of the globe than it is of any particular, like, what am I trying to say? Like, it's more of a condition of, like, it's more of a effect of the economic conditions, the global economic conditions, than it is of, like, the existence of any particular,
they're staring each other down.
I don't know. Like, I guess what I'm saying is if Nintendo made their products really cheap, and they made the Switch really cheap, and they made all their games really cheap, then maybe people in, you know, Argentina would buy more Switches and buy more Switch games, right? You know, like, I don't know. But as the reality of it is that... Oh, no, I don't think you missed anything. I'm just talking about Switch games and playing the same Pokemon Stadium battle that I've been doing this whole time. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, piracy is... just kind of a reality of, like, it's sort of, I don't know, this is sort of maybe a bad example, but, like, I feel like piracy is sort of, like, a function of a market, right? You know, like, it's a function of a market, in the sense that, like, if the market cannot allocate resources to certain people, like, you know, then, like, there is going to be a black market that pops up to allocate those resources, potentially, you know, right? And so I feel like, you know, and this is not even, like, I'm not saying Nintendo needs to, like, make their games cheaper and their Switch cheaper and all that stuff. Like, I don't even think that's really the issue. I think they actually price things pretty fairly. I think the issue is more that, like, they price things fairly for rich countries, and the fact that there are rich and poor countries inherently creates an imbalance that results in, you know, piracy becoming a thing. And so I don't know. I think that, like, you want to solve piracy, the first thing you have to do is solve capitalism. I guess is my take. So get on that one, Nintendo. You know, you want, I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you solve capitalism, then, like, it doesn't matter in the beginning, in the first place. Like, you know, the games are allocated as free culture to people or whatever, you know, like, then it's fine. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, you know, piracy is just kind of, like, you get, like I said, I don't know. I think that it's, like, a short-sighted view of piracy to view it as purely, like, a profit loss. Like, you know, it's purely a loss for Nintendo, as opposed to, like, building a market of younger people in places, you know, where their family or whatever can't afford a Nintendo console, but maybe they in the future will be able to afford a Nintendo console and might buy one in the future. I feel like it is short-sighted. I'm not saying make piracy super fucking easy, you know, like, I'm not saying like that, but it's never been easy. Like, it's not easy to just download a Switch game and get Yuzu running. Like, it takes effort. So, like, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't... I don't know. I'm just saying, it doesn't seem like a... It wouldn't be the strategy I would take if I were Nintendo, is all I'm saying. You know, like, that's not the strategy I would pursue if I were Nintendo's legal department. But, you know, they can do what they want. People liking my tweets. You love to see it.
No, it is. Blizzard. Whoa! Looks
My real
like a
goal of
bad
making a YouTube channel
Pokemon
was to
choice.
get popular on Blue Sky. So when I post Pokemon shit on Blue Sky, people like it. That was my real goal. Now everyone knows my secret. Your stream was off by 20 minutes?
Thunder.
Well, that explains some things, I guess.
That's a miss.
But welcome back.
It's paralyzed.
Oh, I'm
on
so
the
glad it was
spot.
fully paralyzed, because that would have been really bad for me had it not been. We're gonna try thundering it again, because fuck it, why not?
How's that?
Ah, got it, nice.
Effective. And it's down. What will the next Pokemon be?
Yeah, I think it's, like I said, I think it's fair to feel like you're not gonna give them their money again, and I think that's a completely fair thing to do. Like I said, I completely respect like the Dolphin dev as well. Like I respect his opinion on that as well. I totally understand where they're coming from with where you and that guy are coming from with that.
Pokemon is coming out.
But like for me personally, at least,
We're evenly matched.
I'm in this like situation where I like games generally, you know, like I like video games quite a bit. And oh wait, you still have to recharge if you knock people out in Pokemon Stadium? Interesting. I didn't know that. You don't have to do that in the Game Boy games. Like if you knock them out, like you don't have to recharge after a Hyper Beam. Nice. That's cool.
There's
Good to
only
know.
one Pokemon left in the game. Oh, it's Kangaskhan.
Boy, Kangaskhan's gonna knock me the fuck out again.
The 10th battle
So anyway, I think that Nintendo, oh hell yes, miss me. I think Nintendo,
Major damage. Neither one is conceding an
is, I guess my problem that I have is like, I like video games, and the video game industry, as I've said, is sick. Like, it's deeply in an unhealthy state right now. It's not good, you know? And so, like, I could choose to boycott Nintendo, sure, you know? But, like, where do I take my money then, you know? Like, where do I go instead? And for me, personally at least, like, Nintendo is honestly the best actor in the games industry. I think they suck. I don't like them. I don't think they're a good actor, you know? I just think they're, like, not as bad as, like, EA or, you know, fucking Microsoft. What Microsoft's been doing for games, like, is ultimately going to be awful, I think, you know? Yeah, you like the product, not necessarily the people or the company. If they make the product, a good product, yeah. That makes sense. I think that, like, for me, I do try to be a conscientious consumer, generally speaking. Like, I do try to, yeah, no, it's true, yeah. I mean, like, I agree, like, they do sell consoles well to people. I don't know. I think that, like, for me at least, like, I think that, it's not even so much, like, about, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I, have trouble consuming video games in a conscientious way, just generally. Just because of how bad the industry is about, just everything. Especially the treatment of workers, though. And so that's, like, my big one right now, is more the treatment of how game workers are treated. For me, at least, it, isn't... I'm not really able to, I'm not really able to, how do I say it? I'm not really able to, make Nintendo, or I guess what I'm trying to say is like I'm not able to separate out how the workers on a product were treated from the product itself, you know? Like, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably a great game. I still have not bought it or paid for it or anything. I might buy it when it's on sale one day. But like reading the horror stories about how Rockstar treats its devs, I was just like, I don't know that I can like reasonably play this product and not feel awful doing it. You know what I mean? Like the 100-hour work weeks and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like they treat their employees very well at Nintendo, and so that's what I'm saying is like at least for me, like that is possibly the most important factor for me in how I make decisions about products, what products I buy. And so yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. It's interesting. So yeah, I don't know. Games are in a weird spot, basically, is what I'm saying. And so, like, will I ever buy a Nintendo product again? Probably. I'm probably gonna buy a Switch 2, honestly. Like, you know, like, I'm looking forward to the next Animal Crossing. I'm looking forward to playing the next, like, whatever other games with my friends. You know, I'm probably gonna buy a Switch 2. You know, and that's just, you know, that's kind of the decision that I've made consciously. And I don't think that there's... Oh, hello, Yoshi Plays. I don't really think that there is a... you know, I think that there's a moral component to that, right? Like, I am saying, in a sense, like, oh, well, it's... Nintendo is... You know, if Nintendo steps on the emulation scene and all that stuff, like, I'm not going to take... It's not enough for me to not give them money anymore. Right? You know, like that is a moral stance of some sort. But like I said, for me, it's like I'm making a moral statement no matter where I choose to spend my money in games. You know, like if I choose to buy another copy of Disco Elysium, I go to support the shell of Zaun. You know, like that kind of like, you know, whatever. Like I think Disco Elysium is the best game ever made, and like I would be supporting the people that maybe stole it. You know, like I don't know. So, yeah. Metroid Prime 4 is on the Switch too. They announced Metroid Prime 4 for it. Holy shit, I didn't know that. That's actually very hype. We'll see. I don't ever pre-order games. I will say that. I do not pre-order games. I always wait and see if they look good before I buy them. But yeah, anyway. So, that's where I stand with it, I guess. I guess we shall see. Alright. Final battle clear. Let's fucking go. Gym Leader Castle clear. Alright, we got Mewtwo. We got Rhydon. He didn't really do anything, but that's okay. We got Gyarados. He did some stuff. We love that for him. We got Chansey. I did not send Chansey out at all. So Chansey did not contribute to this at all. I also did not send Victory Bell out at all. So, oh well. And Zapdos contributed stuff, so that's good. Yeah, that's true. I don't think that spending like 400 plus bucks on a new console, if it only has a few first-party games, is worth it. I'll probably... like I said, I'm going to get one eventually. I don't know when exactly. My big thing is I'm going to get it before the next Animal Crossing Rush type thing happens. Why would I get another Ammonite? This is bullshit. I'm not even going to accept this Ammonite. I'm going to reject it. I don't want an Ammonite. I hate Ammonite. Fuck Ammonite, man. We're not Ammonite fans in this house. I know, right? Played all that way and it was just another Ammonite. Oh my god. Oh well. Here we go again. Back in it, boys. Yeah, I don't think that buying at launch is worth it. My thing is more of like, I don't want to have to, and like buying at launch also the other thing. The thing I want to avoid is buying from scalpers. That's like my main thing I want to avoid. So I want to buy the Switch at a time when there are lots of Switches. Is like my thing, when you can buy a Switch, you know. So launch is probably not when I'm gonna buy it. And I'm also gonna try to buy it before the next Animal Crossing comes out. That's kind of like my two things. Because I remember when people were trying to buy a Switch when the last Animal Crossing came out, and they had to compromise a lot of the time, or like, you know, get a Switch Lite, or buy like a, you know, like this was 2020. Like Switches were sold out everywhere. It was awful. Like people were scalping them for like $700, and people were paying it because it was the beginning of the pandemic, and no one knew what to do with their time. So, yeah, I don't know. I personally. Would not,
Challenger now faces the Elite Four. First opponent is
yeah, I don't know. Basically what I'm saying is I would not, buy it immediately, but I probably will buy it, because I do want to play Animal Crossing and other games on it like that, you know, like, there's stuff I want to play on the Switch, too, so. If I really want to, I'll probably try to fix up my current Nintendo Switch and soft mod it. It's one of the launch models, so it would be good for PS1 and Nintendo DS emulation on the go. Yeah, you know, I mean, like, honestly... Oh, wait, did you just explode me? Is that what just happened? That's rude.
This is a wild one from the word go.
Okay, well, send that Victory Bell, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's ice... Why didn't I pick Victory Bell? It's an ice type
Oh, it's Victory Bell.
battle. Oh, well. That's fine, I guess.
Oh,
Alright, I'm gonna get fucked in this match, because Lapras is bulky. There's no way I'm taking down Lapras with fucking Rage Relief. Let's do Sleep Powder and maybe see if we can, like, get it a couple rounds. Yeah, let's see if we can sleep it. Nice! Okay, we got it.
It's fast asleep. Falling asleep is going to make this a one-sided.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I would soft mod my Switch. I considered it. I have, like, a Wii U that's already, like, really well, like, CFW'd and all that stuff, you know. I have a 3DS that's already really well CFW'd and all that stuff. The only real reason, I mean, like, I will soft mod it eventually, probably, but, like, I basically have every Switch game that I want already, so really the only real reason to mod it eventually would be to, you know, put, like, other games on it eventually, right? You know, to put, like you said, like, you know, older games and stuff like that on it, homebrew on it, whatever else I want to do. So, like, I might do it eventually, like, it might become, like, the next soft mod machine eventually, you know? But for now, I don't really know what's gonna happen to my Switch 1. It's just gonna sit there. It's not gonna get sold, because I don't sell things. Not old consoles, at least. So it's just gonna sit there for now and, like, chill. Oh, dude. Maybe, okay, so, like, I understand where you're coming from on your Animal Crossing take here about New Horizons. New Horizons is a fantastic game, is my opinion. I get what you're saying about how, like, it was released and, like, they didn't release all of the New Leaf content in the first year. People are still playing that game to this day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people are still playing that game. Like, my ex-girlfriend bought that game in 2022, I think. So after 1.0. Or not after 1.0, after 2.0 or whatever it was. After the full release of the game, so it had everything in it all the way. After all the DLC, basically. And she played the shit out of that game for, like, a year plus. Like, it is a good game. And, like, it adds a lot of stuff on New Leaf. I love New Leaf. New Leaf I played every single Animal Crossing game. I love New Leaf. I think New Leaf is fantastic. I love New Horizons as well. New Horizons is a very good game. I put like 800, 900 hours into New Horizons. It's fantastic, I think. I totally get the take of, like, oh, they just, you know, like, because, like, why did they release it in, like, a slow trickle, right? Why did they have features that, like the farming feature and all that stuff that they were released, like, months after Animal Crossing? Well, because the point of Animal Crossing is that you play it over the course of a year, right? Like, that you play it over the course of a year or two, and it's a game that you kind of play for a couple hours every day. And also, they wanted you to be doing that, so they would release content to get people that had, like, dropped off to come back in and try out the new content, of course, and then also pay for Nintendo Online, right? Nintendo Switch Online. Like, of course, that's, like, part of the goal. But, you know, for that being said,
The next
it's like,
adversary is
I like it.
Jonko. He is one rugged opponent.
Yeah, I don't know how much fun it is to watch people play Animal Crossing, but it is a great game to play. I don't know. I have loved it. My dad has... Okay, one second. I'm going to go grab my Switch, and I'm going to check how many hours my dad has in Animal Crossing. I mentioned that my dad likes Animal Crossing in the video.
Pokemon looks strong.
But I want to, like, put it out there.
Down already. There's been major action already.
Alright, I have my Switch here. Alright, I took him out. That's good. Okay. What's a good thing to use against Machamp here? Probably just Surfing, I think. Is Ice effective against fighting? I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna go in and we're gonna check how much my dad has in Animal Crossing. My dad has 1,890 hours in Animal Crossing. That is how many hours he has. I don't have a camera on this, or I would like try to show you somehow. But no, he has 1,890 hours in Animal Crossing. He also has 340 hours in Story of Seasons: Pioneers of Olive Town. So he really liked that game. I got him too. He has not played A Wonderful Life as much, unfortunately.
They're staring each other down.
But yeah, my dad likes Animal Crossing a lot, is what I'm saying. That man plays it a lot. He plays it every single day. He's played it for... We got it for him in August of 2020, so he's been playing it for like over 4 years now.
What's the matter, trainer?
What's the matter is that I was looking at my Switch. Stop it. Don't
The trainer
tell me.
hasn't
Oh my
issued
gosh.
an order.
Okay, yeah, I know. I'm issuing an order. Give me a second, man. God. I know Azumanga
Vigorous attack.
a puzzle bobble themed licensed game for the Sega Naomi arcade board. Wow. I know nothing about that.
Make a move.
Oh, he used Hyper Beam? Is that what he did at me?
This battle
Ha,
rages
sucks
on.
to suck, dude. Okay, we're gonna body slam him.
Body slam.
Got him.
That's a good hit. And it's down.
You got him.
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon.
Alright.
Oh, it's
Hitmonchan.
The
This is who we
remaining
want, by the way.
Pokemon
We want
is
Hitmonchan.
3-1. The battle
I
has
know.
become
Maybe the
one-sided.
fighting types are weak against ice, aren't they? Are they? I guess we'll find out. I use Blizzard
Savage
on them.
attack.
Oh no, they're not. It's just normal damage. Okay, whatever.
Oh, Thunder Punch.
That's not good though.
Round 0. Oh, it's down.
Yeah, that's fine. We're still gonna
We're
destroy him.
waiting
We've got
for the
Mewtwo
next
here. We're gonna set out Rhydon though and just like crush him with Rhydon. Because why not? Although he's a fighting type, so he could probably like punch Rhydon since Rhydon's rock. It's not good.
The remaining
But we've got
Pokemon
Mewtwo, so
are
it's fine. Who
2-1.
cares?
Combatants
Doesn't
are
matter.
making sparks fly.
Oh yeah, Ice Punch. That's gonna be real bad. Ice Tech. Might knock me out in one. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, cool. Rhydon's not very like defensively strong. Feels like, or at least special defense strong.
Boom. Wow. Going
Puzzle
down.
Bobble themed licensed game for the Sega Naomi arcade board. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know anything about that. I don't even know what a Puzzle Bobble themed licensed game would be. Alright. Got Bruno. We're going again. Oh, you sent me a link to it, I see. Yeah, a real copy. You would buy a real copy of the arcade unit? Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Okay, let's do this. Oh, wait. Cancel. Okay. Oh, right. This is... Okay, this one. Okay, yeah, we got this. This is fine. I know how to beat these guys. I can beat these guys all day long. honestly. Like, this is
Next
easy.
up, Agatha, another daunting foe. What strategy will work against this wily lady?
Wily lady. Okay, announcer. What strategy will work is just like blowing through all of her poison and poison and ghost types with
No, this Pokemon
Psychic.
looks wrong.
Oh no, I didn't kill him in one. He tanked
What
my
will the
psychic.
trainer do now?
Oh, I should have amnesia'd. Oh well.
What a furious battle!
Now I'm paralyzed. It's bad.
What's this? Boom!
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, probably buying an arcade game like that would cost like $1,000. Like, I don't know.
Oh! It's down!
I don't really mod arcade games for that reason. Like, I know there's people that mod like pinball games and stuff like that. I see. So you just buy the specific cartridge or disc for it and then dump that? I get it.
The Pokemon are entirely different types.
Interesting.
It's the revolving door of Pokemon.
Oh my god, you just sent out a Pokemon. What are you trying to do? Get experience off me or something? Am I paralyzed? Oh, it's so annoying.
On the spot.
What else do I have?
Pokemon swap
I'll send out
changes the
Zapdos
flow
just
of
so
battle.
I'm not dealing with a paralyzed Pokemon anymore.
The trainer's changing Pokemon. Oh, it's Zapdos.
Zapdos!
The other trainer also changing
Ah,
Pokemon.
you're sending back out Venusaur now? Okay, whatever. That's fine. I can just drill peck you.
The swap Pokemon fight.
I'm pretty sure his Venusaur knows like Blizzard or something, but that's not gonna be great.
Secret attack. Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokemon choice.
Oh, Toxic is what he's going for there. Okay, that's fine. That sort of status blocks me, so I can't fall asleep or anything anymore. Like, I honestly prefer being poisoned or whatever. I don't want to be paralyzed, but poisoned is pretty good because like the battle shouldn't last long enough for me to like get affected by that too heavily. And like obviously like there's stall teams and things like that, but these guys don't know how to stall. They're not stalling.
There's nothing left in reserve. The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided.
Yeah, MAME is always very, very good. Like, having a real at-home arcade cabinet is kind of insane.
Supersonic! The move failed to click.
Alright.
The intense battle
keep going.
continues.
Yeah, the MAME devs are also crazy good at what they do. Like, I don't know if you've ever looked into what MAME does, but like they're the kind of people to decap stuff and all that kind of stuff to figure out how things work. Like, they are really, really good at what they do. I very much admire the MAME folks. Oh my god, don't do this to me, Zapdos.
What's this? Major damage! Fireworks are flying in this battle.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think MAME's fine, you know. I think, you know, if you want to play, like, an arcade game, and, like, there's not, like, an arcade near you that has it, like, yeah, play it on MAME. Go for it. Seems reasonable to me. Like I said, it's really cool. The tech they do behind it is, like, amazing. Like, the kind of work they do on that is very, very cool. I know they've emulated like all of the Game & Watch games now, which is really cool. They don't have like the little stickers that were on the original consoles, so you can't see a lot of what you're doing. But like they have emulated the ROMs, which is cool. Ooh, an HD texture back for Stadium 2. Okay. We might check that out when I get around to playing Stadium 2 in like a month or so. 2 months. How am I doing this? Okay, we're doing Zapdos, obviously, Gyarados. Okay.
We're coming down to the end.
Yeah, I don't know. So we're playing all Pokemon generations in order, as I mentioned before. And so this the whole point of playing Pokemon Stadium right now is that I'm trying to complete my Pokedex in Pokemon Blue.
Pokemon looks wrong.
That's like literally my whole goal.
No, it
Oh my god.
Blizzard.
Don't freeze me, please.
Looks like a bad Pokemon
Oh,
choice.
good, thank God. Oh, we're both bad Pokemon choices. Make up your mind!
Started the fight. Here it comes.
Don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. Yay! Hell yeah. Got his ass.
And it's down. What will the next Pokemon be?
So, anyway, yeah,
Oh,
I'm just trying to complete my Pokedex over here. That's my whole goal.
Make up for lost ground.
Alright, we've got a dragon-only type, so probably the best thing to do here... let's just send out Mewtwo, fuck it.
The trainer's changing Pokemon. Oh, it's Mewtwo.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about from this dragon type here. I guess I could have sent out Gyarados and, like, done Blizzard on this guy, but I don't know, whatever. I'll just, like, solo these two with Mewtwo. Have you ever shared your PC specs? You must have quite the PC build. I do. I have never shared my PC specs. I don't actually know them off the top of my head, but I will pull them up real quick. So, this is running a 13th gen Intel Core i9, 13900K. We have 64 gigs of RAM. There's some insane graphics card in it. This is just I'm just looking at my Windows Nintendo. Okay, Jesus. Give me a second, man. Oh my god. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I can just look up my PC order real quick.
It can't make a move. Neither one is conceding an inch.
Okay. Let me do this over here.
The attack still going on.
I just have to look up the order real quick and then I'll have it.
Minor hit.
Oh, you know what? Did he paralyze me and is now wrapping me? Is that what's happening over here? In that case, I need to change Pokemon. Because I'm not going to deal with being paralyzed and getting wrapped. That's, like, not good.
Oh,
That is actually stall tactics. And I said they didn't have those earlier, but alas.
Oh, it's Gyarados.
Order history. Okay.
How will the swap Pokemon fight?
Alright. Okay. Now, use Blizzard on this fucker, and then that should take him out.
Battle poses.
Alright. One sec, let's see. I've got my order history up.
That's an effective hit.
When did I order this? Was this 2023 that I ordered it? Might have been 2023.
It's a light hit. One still raring to go, but the opponent appears beat. The attack is...
Yeah, I know. So they're gonna wrap me for a couple of turns, but I go faster, so I'm going to just body slam them in a second once they're done.
There's a big difference in HP.
Okay, so this computer, yes, I did buy this in 2023. It was absurdly expensive for a computer. Was that how much I paid for it? Okay, no, I definitely paid less than what it was currently worth, so that's good at least. Or currently, like, selling for, rather, not worth, but whatever. Yeah, I paid less for it. Okay, cool. I was really worried for myself for a second there. So it is a, okay, so the GPU is the GeForce RTX, it's an NVIDIA 4090. The CPU is, like I said, a 24-core i9 13900K. It has 64 gigs of RAM, a 4 terabyte SSD, yeah, that's basically what it is. There's some other specs to it, but that's like the main stuff that people care about. So yeah, it's like an insanely beefy computer. You don't need a computer that beefy. I just It's kind of dumb. So I don't like my computer being slow, right? So I like specifically got all of these specs that were like insanely high and all this stuff. Like the RAM, I knew I was gonna use like 32 gigs of RAM just regularly, like I do. Like even right now, how much RAM am I using? I'm currently using 25 gigs of RAM at this exact moment. So like, you know, and I'm not even doing that much. I'm running OBS in a fucking emulator, you know, like it's not really that big of a deal. But I have like even browser tabs open and other things like that. So I know I use a lot of RAM, basically, is what I'm saying. I knew I do that. And so I invested for that purpose, absolutely. I like was like, no, I'm gonna get like a beefy machine, you know, I'm gonna get like a big one. The stupid thing was that I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a big SSD. I'm not gonna do the stupid, like, have an SSD and an HDD separate that's big. You know, like a small SSD, big HDD. I'm just gonna get one big SSD and put everything on it. 4 terabyte SSD. Okay, great. You know, I had to do that. Problem is, you should have an OS SSD and a data SSD, and there's a reason for that. Like, you don't need to make both. You can make both SSDs so they're both fast. Like, things load fast from both of them. But you shouldn't have one computer disk. You should have 2 computer disks. And the reason for that is that write operations, disk operations, are now the things that chokehold me. Whenever I copy files or, like, downloading something or whatever, you know, like, it's writing to disk, and yes, disk writes are fast on an SSD, but when you're doing a bunch of them, they slow everything else down. And so that's just something that I've learned, is that, like, next time I buy a computer, okay, do actually buy 2 disks. There is a reason that you do that. So now I'm teaching all of you that as well. There is actually a reason that people recommend that you do things in a certain way. And how do I want to do this? Rival again. Probably just the same as usual. Just fucking take them out.
This is truly it.
32 gigs of RAM is probably enough, you know, realistically, but like I just run a lot of stuff all the time, and I like running a lot of stuff all the time, so, you know, that's what I do. That's just kind of life sometimes. You just kind of do stuff, and you don't really know why you're doing it necessarily, but you just do.
There, it's a hit. What will the trainer do now? A savage hit! What a furious battle!
Oh no, a little over 1,800 euros for a mid-tier build is not terrible nowadays, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I know that's like, it's like a lot of money, obviously. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you know, like, that's like, I feel like you didn't get ripped off, is all I'm saying. Like, you know, I feel like that's just like kind of what they go for nowadays, with like a good GPU and everything. I don't know, man. I know that people always say, like, yeah, you can save money, like, building your own computer or whatever. I don't even know how true that is anymore. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I personally, I also did pre-built. I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know how much money you save anymore. Like, by building your own machine. I did, my framework laptop that I own. That laptop, I did not do the pre-assembled version of it, but they do send all of the parts. It's like the same thing, they just don't, they charge you slightly less, because you assemble it yourself technically, and it takes like 15 minutes to assemble it, you know. So like, but like that's not really what I'm talking about when I say, you know, like, do you save money with a pre-built versus a non-pre-built? I don't know. I think that honestly, like, the pre-builts nowadays, like, the big places that I saved on the framework laptop doing, like, the non-pre-built sort of, like, custom version was I didn't pay for Windows. That saved me a ton of money, because I did a Linux laptop rather than a Windows laptop. That saved me, like, $200. So, you know, I don't know. Sort of depends what you're thinking and all that, obviously, you know, and what the economics looks like for you. But for me, at least, I built a PC once in, oh god, I'm gonna reveal, like, my age here. In 2013 was the first time I built a PC, no, 2014 was the first time I built a PC. I used internship money to build my first PC for college. And it was fun, you know, it was a good experience and all that. But like, no, it was not. It probably saved me money then, but then the next time I went to look to do that, it was like, there's no way. Okay, let's see. You got an Intel i5, NVIDIA 3060. 3060 is quite good. 1 terabyte SSD, and the second SSD, but it's 2 terabytes instead. Do I think you should have spent less? That's a great question. So this is a desktop computer, obviously, you were saying. Okay, so we're gonna bring Zapdos out real quick to handle Blastoise. Alright, so Intel i5, NVIDIA RTX 3060, 12GB, 32GB for RAM.
What's this?
God, that's a great question if you should have spent less or not. I don't really know on the top of my head. I feel like that's like a pretty reasonable price for what you got, personally. Like, not saying that, like, you know, it's like insane. I spent way more money for my machine, right? You know, like, my machine was insanely expensive. And so, like, you know, like, I look at that, I'm like, you got like a pretty good machine for under 2,000 euros. Like, that's not bad. Alright, I beat the rival again. This is gonna be the end of the stream, so let's hope we get a good Pokemon. Here we go, guys. We beat whatever his face is. I named him something really stupid in my game. But rival, we beat. Hell yeah. Now let's see what dumb Pokemon I get. If it's an Ammonite or a Kabuto, I'm gonna, like, not cry, but I'm gonna be upset. Oh, boy. Alright, here we go. Oh, hell yes! That's what we wanted! We got a Hitmonchan, guys. Oh my god, amazing. I can only hold one Pokemon for you. That's fine, that's fine. I do want to release the Ammonite. Receive the Hitmonchan, yes. Released Ammonite and got Hitmonchan. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to Professor Oak's lab and I'm receiving my Hitmonchan. Yes! Excellent. Alright, let's do this. GB box 4, sure. Let's do box 5, that's where I'm actually keeping all my Pokemon. Hell yeah! Save and quit, let's do this! I don't know if I'm gonna upload a video. It depends. So for Idolmaster Daily Stars, it depends on how the stream goes. Like, that's the question, right? Is like, how is the stream gonna go for that for that game? I don't really know. Like, you know, like the Dragon Ball game, the reason I did the video was I was like, oh, this would be a great topic for a video. Like, you know, just like, it was like we went in, we figured something out, we like had it all go well, and it like wrapped up nicely, and it made for a good video, you know, made for good content, I thought. For Idolmaster, like, maybe? I don't know. It depends on, like, it depends on what we discover, what we learn, all that kind of stuff, you know, like, it really depends. I would be interested in it, for sure, you know, like, if we come up with something cool, but I don't really know. The other big thing, of course, is, like, the whole DSI enhanced aspect of it all, right? You know, like, I don't know. That would be interesting to talk about, but it's not like a terribly motivating story of like, and we just can't do anything with DSI enhanced games. Like, you know, we can't make them DSI enhanced still. Like, you're gonna lose all your DSI functionality when you repack it. That kind of sucks as a story, you know. But like, I don't know. Anyway, I think it would be really interesting. But like I said, it just depends on how the stream goes, I guess. We'll have to see how that all pans out. I don't know. Let's see what Stadium mode is. Not sure if the other pillar included talking voice channel. Maybe we can invite him for the stream or something. Yeah, go for it. If you want to invite someone, I am happy to have someone come through. Prime Cup. Okay. We're gonna try the Prime Cup real quick. Because fuck it. I'm interested. It's level 1 through 100. Does that mean I'm gonna be facing a bunch of level 100s? Oh my god, I might be facing a bunch of level 100s. Lamau? Okay. If I'm facing level 100s, I'm going to quit this game. And not continue playing it. I just want to see what happens when I enter. Okay, Prime Cup. I'm up against some guy. Cue Ball. And his Pokemon suck. But they're all level 100. Oh, I quit. Oh, I quit. Oh, man, I quit. Okay. That's so funny. That's so funny. Okay. Yeah, no. I would be happy to have whoever wants to come through on the stream come through. That sounds very fun to me. Okay, let me just check real quick. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, folks, thank you all for coming through. It was really fun having you here, folks. And chatting just and playing Pokemon Stadium. I'm glad I got a Hitmonchan at the end. That means that I now officially have... well, okay, so I had 5 Pokemon, so I have 4 Pokemon left. So I have to get a Mew, which I'm getting on Saturday at the Mew event that we're doing. And then I have to get Kangaskhan, which is being traded to me by Ermi. And I have to get Flareon and Vaporeon. So Flareon and Vaporeon are my last 2. And hopefully I don't have to play this a billion times to get Eevee every time. I hope I don't have to do that. But thank you all for coming. I hope everyone has enjoyed the stream. And yeah, I don't know. I will see you all on Thursday. That's when Will and I are streaming now. We're streaming on Thursday, same time, same place. We're gonna do actual Serial Loop stuff. And then, yes, I will be scheduling the Idolmaster stream after that, probably sometime either this weekend or next week. But yeah, should be fun. Oh yeah, no, I don't even know, man. We'll see what the next Pokemon game is. It might be Japanese Yellow. I've been playing that in parallel with this, so I might be doing that because if I 100% the Pokedex soon, like I might be doing that, or I might just play this again. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I will see you all around. Goodbye.